Okay, in this video, I'm going to go over a few mistakes that I've seen people make, whether it's on the quick check or classwork that we have been working on. So the first thing is knowing the difference between factor and solve. So in this problem, we are just factoring. So once I take this polynomial and turn it into a product, we are done. So the first thing you always need to look for is a GCF. And you may notice that 12, 26, and negative 10 are all divisible by 2. So I'm going to take out my GCF of 2, and then we are left with 6x squared plus 13x minus 5. So now I've pulled out my GCF. This needs to always be your first step. Always look for a GCF. Now that we've done that, we can factor this next part. So if I want to look at my factors of 6x, I have 6x and 1x, or 2x and 3x. And then of negative 5, I have negative 1 and 5, or negative 5 and 1. So those are my factors of 6x squared and negative 5. Next, I'll rewrite my factors to include that GCF. And then we need to figure out which of these pairs is going to get us to positive 13. So the way I kind of look at it is if I multiply 6x times 1, that's too small. But if I multiply the 6x by the 5, that's going to be up to 30, which is way too big. But if I look at my 2x and my 3x, multiplying the 3 times the 5 would get me to 15. And then the 2 times the 1, negative 1, that'll get us negative 2. So that's going to get us to 13. So I would use 2x and 3x. And then if I want to use the positive 5, and I want that to go with our 3x, we need to add 5 and subtract 1 here. And then since we use outside inside, that would put 2x and negative 1 would be negative 2x, plus 5 times 3 would be positive 15x. So if I check with the outside inside part of FOIL, I can check my middle term. So we would get 15x and then negative 2x, which will give us 13x. So that becomes your middle term, which is what we're looking for right here. So our final answer would be 2 times 2x plus 5 times 3x minus 1. Okay, with this problem, we are going to solve. So this is different from the last one because I don't just want the factors. I want to know what the x's are equal to. And so in order to do that, I need to factor and use zero products property. So first, we are going to subtract 6x from both sides. So I get the whole equation over on the left-hand side. So I have 9x cubed plus 15x squared minus 6x is equal to 0. Then the first thing I always am going to look for is a GCF. So my GCF with 9x cubed plus 15x squared minus 6x is going to be 3x. And I am left with 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then I need to work on factoring what is in here. So my only factors for 3x squared are going to be 3x and x. And then my factors for negative 2 are negative 1 and 2 and negative 2 and 1. So when I look at those, I'm going to write 3x. And then I know I'm going to have a 3x and an x. And then I need to see which of these would work out. Well, if I have a positive 5, that would mean I would want to multiply that 3x by 2. So I'm going to put it over here in my outside So 3x and 2 are my outside, and then minus 1 would be my inside. So then when I look at the outside plus the inside, I would get 6x minus 1, which would result in a middle term of 5x. So those factors are going to be correct. Okay, so now I'm going to scroll down a little bit so we can do the solving. So this is the factoring part. Now to solve, I need to take each of those factors, so 3x instead of equal to 0, 3x minus 1 instead of equal to 0, and x plus 2 is equal to 0. So those are my 3 equations I'm going to solve. Divide by 3, x is 0. Add 1, we get 3x equals 1. Divide by 3, x is 1/3. And minus 2, x is negative 2. So our final answer is going to be x equals 0, comma, 1/3, comma, negative 2. So this is how you would solve one of these equations. You need to get a final answer of x equals and figure out what those x values are in the equation. You do not stop at factoring. Okay, for the last equation I am going to solve here is one that starts with f of x. So I have some people that are confused by the f of x in this problem. Now remember, f of x just stands for y in many cases. So all we're going to do is we're going to take that f of x and we are going to make it 0. So 0 is equal to negative 16x squared plus 4x plus 42. Once I have that equal to 0, I'm going to factor to solve. So I need to first take out a GCF. My GCF is negative 2, and I am left with 8x minus 2x minus 21. Now the important thing here is to make sure that you are always factoring out the negative if your first term is negative. So that negative always should be factored out. Okay, then I'm going to just factor this second part. So 0 is equal to negative 2, and then 8x minus 2x minus 21 factors to be 4x minus 7 and 2x plus 3. And I can check my outside inside there. So if I check, my outside is 4x and 3, that's a positive 12. And then if I add my inside, negative 7 and 2x is negative 14. So negative 12 or negative 14 plus positive 12 gets you your middle term of negative 2x. So that we could check our middle term to determine if we chose the right factors. So then, since we are solving, we need to now set all of these equal to 0. So negative 2 is equal to 0. There's no variable in that one, so that doesn't give us a solution. So we don't need a solution for that first GCF. But then I need to solve 4x minus 7 is equal to 0, and 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. So we need to solve these. Okay, so I'll give myself a little more room. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides to get 4x is equal to 7, divide by 4. So x is 7/4. And then the second one, minus 3. And divide by 2. So my two answers for this are x is equal to 7/4 and negative 3/2. So again, we were solving, and so when we're solving, we get x equals for both of our x coordinates. You need to maintain equals 0 the whole time, and you need to use zero products property to solve for your x values. So that's when it says solve. Okay, so I hope that helps.